Well, the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy, also known as EGLE, is dedicated to reducing waste that ends up in landfills.
Yeah, and currently there have been some temporary shutdowns of drop-off locations due to COVID and some construction, but with recent grant money, there are more ways to help them achieve the goal of recycling even more waste, all on the horizon. Take a look.
We have to temporarily close the recycling drop-off station and the electronics drop-off station that's located on the campus of our Recycling and Education Center. It's due to the construction project that we have going on for our administrative offices, and we're bringing a new service to this campus later this fall, which will help people dispose of chemicals. And unfortunately, those two activities, the construction and the drop-off, conflict, and to provide for a safe experience for people, we wanted to make sure that everyone was safe. So we need to just temporarily close the drop-off station that's at the 977 Wealthy Southwest location. There's a lot of other opportunities for recycling, not just at these drop-off stations. There's 23 different companies that we have contracts with that come here and drop off recyclables that they picked up at people's curbside. So recycling is largely available across Kent County for those people who live in apartments or condos where they're not responsible for, actually hiring someone to collect the recycling. There still are drop-off stations across the county. There's a whole bunch of other locations listed on our website. Our website's reimaginetrash.org, and we list all the options that we know of that will help people continue recycling, even though we're going to temporarily close this drop-off station. Recycling is still critically important to our system. Kent County operates a landfill. We operate a transfer station. Across the river from the recycling center, we have our waste to energy facility. And then this facility behind me is the Recycling and Education Center. Our goal is to keep as much waste out of the landfill and keep it in circulation in our economy as possible. Recycling is just a piece of that, infrastructure. And it's critically important. So it starts at people's houses. It starts with their decision to participate in recycling and to make the effort to keep as much of it out of the trash as possible. Kent County actually got 2 grants and 2 separate application processes through the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy. One of them is to help us provide more value, more local value to glass. Glass has always been a really tricky thing for recycling facilities like ours. What we hope from that specific piece of our grant is to attract companies who can actually locate here in Kent County, actually adjacent to our landfill, and begin to process the glass into something usable, so we don't have to ship it to Chicago or Wisconsin or even outside the state. The other grant we got is to help bring more value to specific kinds of plastics. And I'm holding one of those types of plastics that we get here. We currently recycle these. It's a number 5 type of plastic. It's called polypropylene. These are currently undervalued, right, in our system. There's national efforts going on to bring more value to this plastic because it actually makes up a lot of our waste stream at home. If you look at all the yogurt cups we go through, and all these takeout containers that we're all kind of generating these days, a lot of these are made out of polypropylene, and we want to make sure that they don't go to waste, that we find the most value in these. So the other grant that we have is to add a piece of equipment inside this facility that will help us separate polypropylene from all the other plastics and send it to the markets that are currently growing. You'll notice on the bottom of containers, it's usually really hard to see, but if you look really hard, you'll see a triangle. It's usually only going to be in plastics. But that number actually tells us, and it tells other companies down the line, what type of plastic that container's made out of. The plastic isn't really all that useful to us, the consumer, but it's really important in the recycling process because these all have different melting points and they can get made into different products. We recycle most products that people will generate at home. The one thing that we don't recycle that we used to, that people are still kind of hearing about, is plastic grocery bags. We don't recycle them here because it's kind of a maintenance issue. They get tangled around all of our pieces of equipment. But there still, again, are a lot of other places that people can take them to, like Meijer and Walmart, all of those shopping centers where you actually are getting the bags. We'll take them back on your next trip. So there's still a place to drop them off, just not in your curbside bin that comes here. We have very, very big goals here. We're not quite zero waste to landfill. That's not quite our goal, but we certainly want to reduce the stuff that's going to the landfill unnecessarily. There's over $20 million just in valuable material that we're sending to landfills into the waste to energy facility that actually has market value if we separated it out and sent it to companies who exist in the US and across the globe that can make those things into new products that will support our economy, support jobs, and support the way of life that we have here in West Michigan. So our goal is to reduce waste going to landfill by 90% by 2030. it's going to take everybody, right? It's going to take me and you and everybody watching. It's going to take all the businesses that are here in Kent County and beyond Kent County. This is really a regional effort. So it's going to take all of us thinking hard about what values we have. Is it really important for us to not have another landfill in Kent County? Because let's face it, who really wants to live near a landfill? Not many people do. So our goal is to not have to build another landfill here in Kent County, but to really find value and extract that value out of the waste stream and put it back into our circular economy.
I like that goal a lot. No more landfills, right? Hey, to learn more about how you can help reduce landfill waste, just head to reimaginetrash.org. And to find out more about what the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy is doing right here in Michigan, just visit them online at michigan.gov/EGLE.